So back in 2015, EA and DICE revived the Star Wars Battlefront franchise, right? We all know how that ends. Battlefront 2 has now been trending across social media and everyone wants the franchise to continue. But do you remember this game, Lord of the Rings Conquest? It was made by the creators of the original Star Wars Battlefront games, Pandemic Studios, and it was essentially a reskin of Battlefront, but in the Lord of the Rings universe. So one team would play as like Sauron and Saruman's armies, and one team would play as Gondor, Rohan, and the elves. The concept was brilliant, but the execution not so much. It had a lot of problems and was really poorly balanced. I think the online servers shut down after like a year. In subsequent years since that game, we've had like Mordhau, Mountain Blade, Chivalry, Chivalry 2, For Honor. It is kind of a niche genre, but those games have dedicated player bases. Torn Banner Studios, the developers of Chivalry 2, which in my opinion is the best at the large scale battle side of things when it comes to these type of games, has effectively ended support on Chivalry 2. It's still available to play, they're just not releasing any more content for it. But what if their next game, similar to the way that EA and DICE revived Star Wars Battlefront in 2015, was a revival of Lord of the Rings Conquest? Taking everything they've learned from making the two Chivalry games, large scale battles, 64 players, loads of different units, infantrymen, archers, cavalry, siege towers, siege weapons, battering rams. But then you also bring in the things that made Battlefront and Conquest unique, like hero characters. Like if you do well enough, you can play as Legolas or play as Aragorn or play as Lert. And the heroes would essentially be like beefed up versions of the normal classes. So Legolas would be like a highly advanced version of the archer class, for example. And then on top of that, you could even have new units. Like if you earn enough points, you can spawn in as a troll or an ent and throw boulders at people. Now, these were things that you could do in the original Conquest game. These types of units basically took the place of vehicles in Star Wars Battlefront. If they really wanted to get crazy with it, they could have aerial units like Fell Beasts where you could swoop down and take a few people out. And there's so many great battles from the films and the books that they could recreate, like Helm's Deep, the Battle of Pelennor Field. There's tons of stuff they could do by just giving us like a Middle Earth sandbox, letting us play as like the evil armies and the good armies, and then having all these different units. I did whip up these concepts as well, which was basically a For Honor spiritual sequel in the Lord of the Rings universe, which would be insanely cool, but ultimately, I think Chivalry is the better fit with the large scale battles. I think For Honor's Art of Battle system's a lot more suited to Star Wars and lightsaber duels.